2 seconds. The step back for the win. Got it! Julius Randle knocks it down, and the Knicks win over Washington.
Hi, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Oh, the Giant season's coming rocketing to an end, so we're going to get into doing some Knicks stuff. We're going to get into doing some Mets stuff, and, well, we haven't done a Knick video in a while. And last time we were doing a Knick video, they were going on the Intrepid road trip, which I said was going to be a killer in Manila. Little homage to Muhammad Ali. That, of course, was a thriller in Manila. So the Knicks currently are sitting in the 10th seed at 19-21 after a nice hard-fought win over the Boston Celtics. But, of course, this being the Knicks, there's Knick news. We should be talking about the 108-105 win. We should be. Bueller. But no, we're talking about Julius Randle. Julius Randle, of course, gave the New York Knicks fans the thumbs down in the fourth quarter. Kind of like a Javi Baez situation. And it's funny, though, because Charles Barkley came out and said, I understand why players think you're supposed to get cheered when they're playing bad. Yeah, he's not wrong. And then he wrote, no, you're not going to get booed when you're playing bad. When you're playing bad, you're going to get cheered when you win. I should say you're going to. So no, you're going to get booed when you are playing bad, and you're going to get cheered when you win. Can't read today. I was out shoveling snow all day. And he's not wrong. And Randle he's kind of been up and down. He has been less Julius rock the mic like a Randle, and more like Julius, I'm going to throw up all these shots and hope some of them go in. Some of it, I think, is the scheme. Some of it, I think, it's the system. Some of it, I think, it's the talent around him has not been playing up to specifications. I don't think it's all his fault. But after you have a tough-fought basket, and then you run back and give the gesture to the fans while running back on defense, and that was with less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the game still in doubt. That's crazy. And then the day before, Randle come out and said he doesn't give a blank what anyone has to say, to be honest, while discussing recent criticism from media and fans. This is New York, man. This is New York. Even Shaq came out and gave him a little tough love. And a city like New York, Shaq said, you're the man on the team. Gotta expect it. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You're the man. I expect you to play good every night. And that's the problem. Randle has not been his MVP self. And he still finished the game last night 8 of 20 with 8 rebounds. If the Giants ain't going anywhere. If the Knicks are going to make a surge and they are going to push forward into the playoffs or make a playoff run, they need Randle. But you basically telling the fans to shut the F up because they're booing you because you're not playing well, I got a problem with that. I was thinking, everyone knows I go back far and away with the Knicks. So I was thinking about when the last time the Knicks had kind of like an anti-hero as their star on their team. And really, I was going back into history. And the closest thing I can think of is Starbury. And he wasn't more of an anti-hero. He was just kind of a knucklehead. And also was a knucklehead on some bad teams. I mean, Latrell Sprewell, he was kind of a knucklehead too, but he was kind of a lovable knucklehead because he was a winner. But Starbury was the kind of guy that said stuff that you didn't say, did things you shouldn't do, and then got mad when people called him out on it. You know, and Evan, who drops 40-something points last night, was it 41 points? Came out and said, about Randle, honestly, no big deal in my opinion. The dude played hard as hell. He fought extremely hard. He played well. Julius is the image of the franchise. He's the star player. Of course, he's going to get some criticism. He's right. You're going to get criticism, and this is after this dude put up 41 points, and he's been bearing the brunt of the New York media and the New York fans since the day he signed that contract. I said that I was thinking this is going to be an Allen Houston type scenario. Allen Houston got all that money after hitting that big shot in the playoffs. I'm not saying he didn't live up to his $100 million expectations, but I don't think he ever really did. But he was not. He just wasn't a $100 million player. Now my question is Randle a $100 million player? People ask me that all the time. Do you think Randle's this? Do you think Randle's that? I think Randle can be what he was last year. I don't think his growth potential is going to be beyond that. But honestly, if he could put up the stats that he put up last year, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. If he could have the consistency that he had last year, I don't think anyone would have a problem with that as well. I'm not saying you have to be, and I know some fans are going to be like, well, he needs to be better than last year. Okay, but you know what? There's going to be a scenario in a situation where he's not. And look at his point totals going back to like, I don't know, December 18th, which was against the Celtics. 16-9, 20 points, 8 of 18, 21, 10 of 22, 23, 9 of 15, 23, 5 of 20 for 13, 2 for 11 for 5. Then he comes back off the COVID and puts up 12 for 20 and 30 against the Pacers with 16 rebounds and 8 for 20 for 22 last night. I mean, he's still putting up his rebound totals. So you got to give him credit for that. But his point total is down to 19.6, shooting 42%, 36. And nobody thought he was going to shoot 41% from three. He's shooting 32%, which is around his career. Well, his career average is about 27. His highest seasons was last year's 41, and the year 2018 with the Pelicans at 34%. He's still giving you the 10 rebounds. He's still giving you almost 5 assists. He's never going to give you much with the blocks. But he kind of went back to his 2019 season. And like I said, most people are going to want him to be the 2020 season. That's what they want Randle to be. Is that a big thing to ask for Randle? I don't think so. I think a lot of Julius's problem is he doesn't trust his teammates. He thinks he's got to be he thinks he's got to be MJ. He thinks he's got to have the ball in the clutch situation. He's got to do all the things that he's got to do. And I think that's kind of stunts his growth a little bit. And I think what we need to look at in regards to Julius is the fact that he needs to understand there's 4 other guys on the court sometimes. And then he kind of does that. But did anyone remember this game a couple weeks back where he was like, I think it was like 1 of 10 or something. He was like 1 of 10, but he took 8 3-pointers. And then he's like, well, I was facilitating the ball. No, you weren't. You were kind of being a little bit of an a-hole because you were just kind of chucking up threes and seeing what happens. And then kind of saying, well, look, I'm playing team ball. Would I get rid of, and I know some of the craziness has already come on. We need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him. No, we don't need to get rid of him. I did a video about trading for Ben Simmons and potentially trading Randle for Ben Simmons. I would still do it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not saying do it now because of the fact that he's having an off season. I'm saying do it because of the fact that I think it would be better. Ben Simmons would fit a Coach Tibbs philosophy a little bit more in the defense. And we could find scoring other places. If we have a defensive stopper and a perimeter stopper and actually a facilitator, the likes of Ben Simmons. And I did a video about that, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. But like I said, I mean, it is what it is. He just needs to find more of his form from last year. That's all. And I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I think he just has to trust to his ability, go with the flow of the game, and help and believe in his teammates and not only try to score, but facilitate and put players in a position to score as well. And I think things will be fine. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, you can subscribe. Ring that bell, you know what it means. That'd be awesome.